All right, so I want to give a little update on some of the things I've added to the Survive the Night game over the weekend. This was a wave-based survival game. It was multiplayer, so we have like WebSockets working under the hood where you can have multiple people join the server and we can all run around and shoot stuff together. But I changed it from a wave-based action survival game to an RPG with quests and NPCs. I'm going to walk you through some of the cool features that I've added. And again, this is all within like 2 days of just vibe coding stuff. So the first thing we can do is we have these NPCs that are kind of laid out around the map, and if you can go and you can talk to them, which you get this cool quest dialogue that pops up. Someone on my Discord added this in. I think he uses like GPT 5.4 with Codex. But basically, every NPC has dialogues in different state machines inside them to determine what the dialogue should say based on which quests you have active or not, and different items can be in your inventory, and that can change the state. We really need to find a way to get to Eatonville. I know they will have enough supplies for us to last a little bit longer. We are going to starve if we do not find a way. So at this point, you can accept the quest or you can say not now. I'm going to accept it. And then it's going to pop up over here that, hey, like the quest started. And it's going to give you a step, right? An objective, which you can have as many as you want. And all this stuff is all built using this custom map editor I've been kind of also vibing on, where you can go over to the right, you have quests. And this one we're doing right now is, I believe it's called... Actually, which one are we doing? I don't even know. It's called Finding Salvation. So let's click on this one. You can actually set up the entire quest and say, hey, like you need to go to this waypoint. You need to go pick up this thing on the ground. You need to go kill this enemy or talk to an NPC. And you can have multiple steps all listed out. And then at the end, you can get a reward for finishing the quest. So I'll kind of show you that. This one is just basically saying, hey, you need to walk from here all the way to this area over here. I'm going to walk through. I just got killed, so I guess we'll have to bypass that a little bit. Okay, some other things is as we're walking, notice that the map, we don't really have much vision on the map, but as you walk, the map is actually going to expand and unlock or kind of reveal places that you may have not seen before. So as I kind of get over to the objective, which we'll get here, we have the quest completion. We get a knife now. I can load up the inventory. I can equip it. Okay, and then I can talk to James, which is another NPC. Do this real quick. This bite hurts so bad. You'll have to go on without me. My friend Rick went up ahead. Maybe y'all can team up. It's deadly out here. So you can accept this quest. And the idea of the quest, at least for right now, is like I want to walk people through the game, maybe show them like the different weapons and slowly, progressively, show them features, which a lot of games kind of do. But right now it's kind of a mess. This is like the main campfire. You can go talk to Rick. And again, I'm not going to read all this stuff out, but now eventually you'll get this other quest that's completed. You get some experience. And then you have all these other things that I kind of added to the game as well. So I think you get the gist of the NPC stuff, but I want to also show off some other things we have. So we have a global banking system. So these lockers will be all over the map, which you can then store things in. So if I wanted to store the torch, that's going to come back and persist. And the cool thing about this, if I were to actually leave this game and come back, this is all stored in the database. So like your user's account, we have a record in the database that stores that information, which I can kind of show you here. We have like a user stats that kind of just has JSON B storage in the JSON, the Postgres table. I'll probably make that more efficient later on, but that's one of the cool things is you have a bank. You can actually pull things from the bank. You can stash things. You can drop things. You can use different things. In fact, I'm going to put this in my hotbar down here so we can use it if we get hurt. The second thing I want to show you is crafting. So in this game, I do plan to kind of have some type of like RuneScape-esque features where, you can have a profession and one of them is crafting. So over here, cooking. And you can kind of level up by just cooking a bunch. So if at level 1, you may have to cook like 5 or 6 things, and then you can get to level 2. And then we can progressively allow you to unlock more things that you can use with that progression. So here's the campfire cooking. You have all the recipes over here. If you have these ingredients in your inventory, you can craft them. And when you do that, you get a little bit of experience until you can level up to the next thing. Well, we also have a forge. So that's for gunsmithing and engineering. We have a merchant. This was actually in the previous game before I pivoted. So you can go and you can sell items and buy items for coins, which is like the game's currency. We got a workbench where you can craft like, I don't know, scavenging is basically, I don't know what some of this stuff is. I need to spend more time thinking about what we should be able to craft and how these items can actually help you long-term in the game. Balancing this whole game is going to be kind of fun and interesting. So I'll have to kind of go through there, but tailoring, this is for like, stuff that can give you some defense or whatnot. And then we also have a chemistry table, which is for making pain pills or energy drinks, combat stim, stuff like that. That can kind of give you temporary boosts as you're playing the game. But yeah, that's about it. And if I were to go and show you the actual, I'm going to spawn AK-47 and then maybe some ammo here. I'll pick those things up. and I'll equip that. So now I have the ability to quickly switch between these. I'm going to talk to Rick again, and we're going to get another quest. So he's going to ask me to go kill at least 5 zombies. I'm going to go up here. And like I said with the map, notice that now all these areas are kind of unlocked. We can't see the zombies or the enemies underneath the fog of war here, but we do see an over outline of like the map that we're unlocking. So you get that sense of progression over there. Let's go over here, defeat 5 zombies. We can go ahead and kill that zombie. Let's kill some more. Kill this one. Now all the zombies have a chance to drop crafting items and various other items too. And then also every time you kill a zombie, you do potentially get experience, so you can level up. I have to kill one more zombie to level up. So let me show you, if I kill a zombie, I've leveled up to level 3. And then you can also spend your points, which I'll kind of show you in a second. I should just go K, and I'm going to go to the abilities. I want the ability to sprint. So now I can actually sprint. We got about 20 stamina, and it does take time to regenerate. But there's different abilities that are added to the game already. I think another one was combat roll. So now I can actually like do a little combat roll. Okay. But there's a bunch of others too. I'm trying to like make sure that, you know, we're not adding too much. Sneak is another one, which you can hold down control and you can sneak by enemies and they won't even see you. But now we've killed the zombies and I've leveled up to level 3. Let's talk to Rick. He's basically saying, hey, there's no more stumblers. We can sleep. And now we've gotten that quest completion as well. He boosted our stamina and health by 1. So we have this full sophisticated quest system that can unlock and give you abilities. And yeah, there's a bunch more in the map. So let's go over to the map editor. So to kind of demo in the editor, we have like a little bit of area that I kind of mapped out. There's also like this whole farm area where there's NPCs and different zombies that spawn and different items that have a chance to spawn. Basically, there's spawners that are defined. I can right click anywhere and say, hey, I want to add a zombie spawner over here. And the point of the spawners in most RPGs that I've seen is that like, obviously you want to go and you want to grind and get experience killing zombies, that leveling up and maybe getting loot. And then you can take that loot to go and craft and level up your professions. You can use those professions to craft items that you can then sell to other players or even wear or sell to the merchant. And again, it's just like a traditional RuneScape type of game, but it's more like an action. And so I'm going to try to map out this whole area and try to add a bunch of quests and eventually get to a part after you've like, I feel like the player has leveled up enough and understands the mechanics. We can then have more of an open world where we'll have a bunch of people just running around this map trying to, you know, just play together and just see how that works. That's all I have right now, but I do plan to add in maybe like the ability to party up with people and to do raids. So like there'll be like certain sections that have bosses that you probably want to go find 1 or 2 friends to actually try to beat. If you kill the boss, you get a bunch of loot as well and maybe a bunch of experience. That's a long-term goal. Right now, I just want to polish it up and make it more fun, but I think we're making some good progress. This is pretty fun to build out, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching. By the way, if you guys want to contribute to it, join my Discord, find the Survive the Night channel on the left. Just join there, and you can discuss what you might want to add in. I will say that you need to talk with me before you start just blindly adding stuff in, because if it doesn't align with my vision, I probably won't want to accept it. But I'm pretty open to ideas and discussing this if you seem like you're passionate about working on a community-based MMORPG. All right? That's about it. I want to keep this video kind of short. Have a good day and happy coding.